How's it going, Kinsley? Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday. I don't know why. I don't know why I started off like that, but I did. So you guys probably saw, I hope you saw, our Sunday video, which was the Great Chicken Shuffle. We got that done this weekend. It was a lot of work. I really cut a lot of this stuff out to not just make it so repetitive and boring, but it was a lot of moves that we had to do. And so I was just gonna walk around and kind of give you guys an update on how things are doing, how the animals in the new spaces are doing. First of all, shenanigans, they really like this area. Occasionally they'll slip underneath one of the poly lines and then they'll go back in, but they really do stay to this area. And one of them actually flew all the way over, like it was probably higher than I was, and flew a good 30 feet. So that's kind of cool to see. I wish I would have caught that on camera. Really surprisingly, these roosters here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 roosters. They are doing really, really well in here. There hasn't been any fighting. There's been one squabble, I would call it, but no real actual fighting. They're being like quiet, and they don't fight for food. It's pretty crazy. I mean, one of the roosters, the gray one that was up with the Rhode Island Reds, he's crowing, but all the other ones are not. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked. So they're doing really, really well. We caught Red. Red is in there. And we caught Richard. Richard is in there. So they're separated for now. And we're in the process of trying to give them away. We have a couple coops that are ready to clean and to move. And then we still have Betty Jane in there with her baby chicks. We'll go check on her in a really quick second. The black Australorps and I don't remember what they are. They're doing pretty good. A few squabbles here and there, and they really haven't started roosting on the roosting bars. It's kind of funny. They all sleep in the corner. It's pretty funny. And then Jack and I have no clue what these are. Jack is doing pretty good as a rooster with all the little ones. Occasionally he'll put them in line, and even though they're sitting on the roosting bars right now, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. During the evening, they actually sleep in the corner, so I put some straw down for them to make it a little bit warmer for them, because it is getting down to the 40s at night now. Kinsley, would you please stop with eating all of the chicken food? Come on, let's go, girl. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So now that we have chickens over here, geese over there, and chickens over to where we're walking, watering has become an issue. So it's been 2 mornings of new layout with our morning chores. Hi, Levi. Hi, buddy. Yesterday morning, Katie did the morning chores. This morning, I did the morning chores. Speaking of Katie, we'll get to her in a second. Come on, Kinsley, let's go, girl. So where I'm getting at is the new routine with the morning chores has changed a little bit, not drastically, but a little bit. And that means one of the big issues is getting fresh water and cleaning out water dishes. And so I've been doing a lot of rearranging of our hoses. I actually had to go into town this morning, and I got a few things, hoses being one of them. I didn't get enough hoses, so I need to go back at some point and get some more. So, for example, we now have a hose running up to here, and I just need a short hose for this section of it to have a spray nozzle available for us to use for this grouping of chickens here. And then, as you saw, there was a line going over to the other group of chickens over there. And so, still need some more, but I think what I'm gonna do, instead of having these water barrels full of water. They collect debris pretty badly. It doesn't stay very fresh very long, and so it hasn't been working out really well. Plus, it's really hard to clean the water barrel or the water buckets that we're using, and I want to do a better job on cleaning their water. So I thought I'd run hoses at each of the major groupings of our fowl to make things a little bit better. Okay, so what else do we got here? So the dark Brahmas, they're adapted to their space. They're now out in the run, doing really well. I think that's a salmon Favril. Is that? I don't know. The rooster with the meat girls, he's digging the fact that he is now a single rooster with his 5 ladies. That won't last long, but that's okay for now. The Rhode Island Reds, these two, 1 and 2, one of them is actually going to be going to a new home here recently. When I was in town, I was talking to one of the cashiers. Actually, I was buying the hoses, and she's like, "Oh, you got some garden stuff going on." So I said, "No, this is for our chickens and for all the coops and stuff that we have set up." I'm gonna walk over to the other area so you can see the hose. And telling her that, you know, rearranging some of the watering and stuff. Got to talking, and she mentioned that she needed a new rooster. Specifically, she would love to have a Rhode Island Red rooster. Like, well, you're in luck. We actually have one. So now we're just working out whether she's gonna come and get it or if I'm gonna deliver it, and working out all the details there. Okay, so speaking of Rhode Island Red, here are the Rhode Island Red hens. They're adapted. They have adapted quite nicely to their new coop. Doing pretty well. They're waiting for their rooster to join them, but for now, it's just the hens. Now in this one, we didn't show this in the video, but this coop, this is the one with the nesting boxes. I need to fill the nesting boxes so they can start using them because they are laying eggs. Not a lot, but they are. And there is actually a water bar here. You can see that with the water nipples and the PVC pipe, and it goes up to a 5-gallon bucket. So for now, we have their normal watering bucket that they're used to, and I'm hoping that they eventually catch on to these watering nipples here. Let's see if let's see, there we go. So you can see here, whoops, it's pretty dark. Come on, there we go. So that they see. Yeah, so I just need to install this system on the remaining coops that we have and make some modifications to it. Right now this is static in place. There's no way for me to take this bucket off, and that was a bad design, so I'm going to make a modification to this. All right. Here are the leg bars, and we moved the leg bar rooster into place. You can see him right here. He's not very happy that he's cooped up, and I'm not sure that he's very happy with his new girls right now, but you know what? He'll get used to it. But for now, they're doing okay. Every once in a while, you'll hear him crow on cue. And then this is our barnyard mix plus 2 purebred. So we have 1 dark Brahma and we have a leg bar, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 barnyard mixes. And they're getting along pretty well. The white one, the one that had the eye pecked out, is still getting picked on a little bit. Not a lot, but it does. You can see the white one in the back corner back there, along with the black one. They really hang out with each other, and they usually are up on the top roost up there. So, in a couple days, we'll have the nets available to put out here so they can start being outside with the net, but we'll definitely need to add some sort of aerial predator protection because This is an area very open, and none of these, actually except for I was gonna say none of them, with the exception of the Rhode Island Reds, have been able to be out in the open and not covered or protected with some sort of cover. So it was a fantastic weekend. We got a lot done. For the most part, Katie and I didn't get at each other's throats. You know, sometimes those things happen. It wasn't bad though. And speaking of Katie, she did leave yesterday. I drove her to the airport, and she had an all-day travel day flight to Washington State, the state of Washington. And so she'll be there until Saturday, and that's when I pick her up. So it'll just be me the rest of this week. Which one? Do you want to go? Or do you want to go? Which one wants to go? Okay, you it is. So just me and the dogs and the plethora of chickens and the geese. So I have a very long list of to-do items, which I know I'm not going to be able to actually finish this week. It's a very long list, but it's all these little to-do things that just need to get done. So I'm working on the watering today. Still need to get a couple hoses like I mentioned. Didn't get enough. Come on, pup-pups. Happy girl. And I think tomorrow what I'm going to work on is getting the brooder built, because the 40 chickens, the chicks that are in the RV, they got to go. You can imagine 40 chicks in 2 Tupperware. They're getting crowded, and you know, they produce poop, stinky. So that's got to go. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I kind of have a design in mind. I want to make it so it's easy to clean between groupings of chicks. I want to do a better job on sanitizing between chicks, just to limit the spread of any possible disease. And so I'm trying to think about how I can empty the bedding while they're in there, and then afterwards in that brooder. There's a few other things, like, you know, cleaning up various things that we've had throughout the property for the chickens, and cleaning the coops and all that kind of stuff. But well, we'll get to those, all with the goal of getting this stuff buttoned up so that I can get back working on that house again, because it's going to be a cold winter, and I'd really like to have things working for the chickens, limiting how much work we need to do in the evening and in the mornings for chores, and then the ability to focus on that house. So that's kind of what's going on. Nothing really else major to bring you guys up to speed on. So I think that'll do it for today. I'll see you tomorrow. Give you a sneak preview on how the coop is going, assuming that I actually get to it. And yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, Elaine. How you doing, girl? You're looking a lot better. This one right here. You're no longer very friendly, though. Well, like you're afraid. Okay, I'll stop chasing you. Hi, Zona. You're molting. Okay, nice chatting with you. Bye-bye.